Okay, hello everyone. So welcome back to the channel. It's been a while. I know I haven't uploaded recently. Then that's because for the last while I've been out traveling, playing at events, as well as being busy with work. So I haven't really had time to upload anything. But basically what happened was I went to BCS in Vancouver and played there, and then I also played at the online WGP last weekend, and actually made top 8 during my block, so I will be playing the top 16 WGP match this coming weekend. Obviously, since I'm still playing the WGP match on the weekend, I can't show my WGP deck, but I did want to show the deck idea that I had going into the English BCS in Vancouver. So what I played was a variant of Standby Hololive, and I thought this was an interesting deck idea, and I tested it a bunch with my friends, and I felt that it played into the current metagame really well. So unfortunately, at the BCS, I didn't do too well. I ended up dropping out in the middle of the tournament, but the matches I lost, I didn't feel like it was because of my deck. Like, it was rather during those matches, I didn't really cancel damage. I just kept eating entire level every turn, and I died at level 3 one turn every match, right? So like Weiss Schwarz is like that sometimes. You can't really help it. So I just wanted to share my deck idea. I thought it was cool, and to me personally, I felt that it works out amazing. So why play Standby Hololive? Well, the idea I had was I think that this Fubuki over here, the level 3, which you could change into with a 2-1 changer, this card is really strong into the metagame. That's because it can potentially make itself a 14k defender on your opponent's turn. And the meta right now, what do you expect to play? Well, I expected to play at the event Maureen Kanata, um, 8 Quid Standby, Attack on Titan, right? Those three decks, and as well as some Daimachi. And what I ended up playing at the event was one Daimachi, two Quints, and then one Marin Kanata. So I don't feel like my predictions are off. Those are kind of the most popular decks in the metagame right now. So this Fubuki, it being 14k off turn, um, Quince literally cannot get over this card, especially in combination with this 2-2 Choco. That's an on-field 3-5 backup. Quince has no answers to this if they're playing 8 standby. If they're playing 8 gate Quince, they have the 1-1 memory Adachi, which is annoying for this deck, but it's not the end of the world. But not that many people are playing 8 gate Quince in English right now, right? So this Fubuki really destroys the Quince matchup, I feel, and it's also really good into Marin Kanta, especially if you can get to level 2 first, or you don't push them to level 2 too early. Playing this Luna right now is also really helpful into certain matchups, like for example, if you play against Kanta Marine, and you are able to set up a board first, she says that your opponent cannot side attack her. So your opponent's forced to front attack into her and play into anti-change counters and all of that. It's also really good into Tokyo Revengers with another card I play in my deck. So I felt like this deck really had answers for most of the top decks. I play minus soul counters for Attack on Titan as well as the anti-burn counter for the blue Titan deck, the 8 pants variant. So like I felt confident with this deck, and it did really well in testing. Unfortunately, I didn't place too highly at the event. I dropped out after 4 rounds, so that was unlucky. But I still wanted to share this deck idea. Okay, so moving into the deck then. So let's start off with the level zeros. So for level zeros, first I'm playing 3 coronary runners. So this is really good going first, and it's really good for checking the top 2 cards of your deck as well. It helps you make decisions about what to do in the mid and late game, and the top check's really important to hit other cards I play in the deck, such as the Watame early play as well as the Subaru Burner. So really amazing card. Could consider bumping up to 4. It performed really well. And then next I'm playing 2 of the check top 2 on death Rickies. So 1 law plus 1 aqua. The ratio doesn't really matter. I just played 1 and 1. They're the same card essentially. And then next 2 of this red Beacon Drop Search, so pretty staple in Hololive decks, right? The 3-5 Beacon Drop Search. And then as well as 2 of this Pekora, back row runner that also pumps 2k on attack. The pumps 2k is very useful in the deck because you play on reverse combo, so the power matters, and later on it can help you get over some big bodies as well. So I don't play that many level zeros in this deck. I play 14 total, but the theory is all these cards over here, they're fine for going first. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 good going first cards. So if you aggressively mulligan, you shouldn't brick too often because just seeing one of those uh, gives you a good chance to have reoccurring advantage on the board by going first. Um, and all of these are just generally nice utility cards to have in the deck as well. Um, then following up, I played one of this Roboco that can pump power by shuffling cards back, and when you play Climax, bounce the hand to give power to somewhere. I would play one of it. This deck doesn't really need it, but it's nice to have sometimes for the extra power boost. Also, shuffling cards into your deck is helpful at times for certain plays in the late game. And then next, I wanted some way to salvage cards in this deck because everything else in the deck kind of searched. So I played one Drop Salvager, Choco Drop Salvager. The Mill 3 also helps sometimes since you're playing standby. And then the last level 0 I play here, I played 3 of the Brainstorm 5 search. So just 3 Brainstorms here, and that's 14 level 0s in total. There are level 1s. For my level 1s, I played 3 of the Miko with the standby combo. So this is one of the standby climaxes you're playing. It's not the most reliable level 1 plus a combo, so I only played 3 of it. You could discard it at level 0 for a standby target as well. And then I played 2 1-1s. This is mainly for the Quints matchup because they play that 1-1 that can't be reversed by costless characters. So I wanted to have access to costless characters to answer those if necessary. And then I played 2 Roboco 1-0s. So this is a nice discard outlet for your standby targets. Helps you handfix and check top card of the deck for additional information. So very good utility card. Also helps pump power for your level 1 all reverse salvage combo. So generally in this deck, I try to get this combo off as soon as possible when you hit level 1. When people's boards aren't developed and you could generally reverse stuff for free. You try to get this off 2 copies if able. 3's a bit greedy, I find, so I don't really do 3. Since I only play 3 copies, it's kind of hard to find all 3, but 2's fairly consistent. So try to get this off, and then after that, I don't really think about it because there's a low chance that I can loop this combo or anything. So you just get your plus, and you're done with that. And then for the last level 1, I'm playing one of the basically 1-1 2k Leaf counter. So this is optional in this deck, I feel, but sometimes having the counter at level 1 is nice, especially to defend your 2-2 Chocos, because these don't have Encore, right? So that's why I felt like the level 1 counter in some matchups I would get this, and then so I could keep these alive if they were in the front row. But I think this is definitely a cuttable card. You can play something else in its place if you want. It's not that important. Um, so that's all the level 1s. And then moving on to level 2s, of course, we have the 2-2 Chocos. So these are a bit undersized for 2-2s. They're only 8k and they don't really get any power. But having the 3-5 on-field backup in combination with your Lunas and Fubukis is super, super strong. And the fact that it's a rush body, essentially, because if you play off her Climax, she can sack the Climax to stand herself. That's really strong for making pushes and being more aggro in certain matchups, right? So that's for the Chocos. I played 3 of those, and then I played 2 Fubuki Changers. So when you hit level 1, I try to use the Miko combo first, and I usually stand by one of these 2-1 changers. And then on the following turn, I would play the Choco Climax to get a Choco in, and then change with this changer, so that you have a Fubuki and a Choco setup, at the very least, if you don't trigger any other standby triggers. So that's generally like the game plan for the deck. And the last level 2 character I'm playing is one anti-change counter. It's really nice into certain matchups, such as the Kanata Marie matchup. Then the next level 2 card, I play 2 of the -2 soul counter. I kind of wish this was a level 3 -3 soul instead. -2 soul is weird sometimes, but being able to use it at level 2 can be nice since it's not the best into every deck's top end. So sometimes using it to block off some damage at level 2 so that you stay at that level instead of going to level 3 can help you survive. And it's just a good general use card. overall it kind of hits every deck a little bit. It's not like super niche, and it's really good into the Core's Attack on Titan deck because they play the restanders, and usually they're hexproof. But this minus soul counter, it targets your character. You target your character, the character across gets -1 soul, and you do it twice, right? So it bypasses their hexproof, as since they're playing like a restand combo, you get more value off of this from their multiple attacks. So I played 2 of this, and then the other event counter I played was one of this red. I guess I'll call it the anti-burn counter. So it says that you give one of your characters, when you cast it, the ability it can't get reversed this turn, and you cannot take damage from auto effects during that card's battle. So this comes up in a lot of matchups, namely playing against quints. You can use it against their needle finisher. They can't burn you. If you play against blue Attack on Titan, when they attack with one of their riders, their combos all attack. So when they attack with one of their riders, you could cast this and then give it to your character facing their other rider. Because it doesn't say you have to give it to the badly character, so you can assign it to any one of your lanes. So you just give it to the lane with their other rider finisher, and they either have to side attack you to bypass this counter, or you negate their burn entirely, right? So this is useful in that matchup as well as TKR. Against TKR, if you have a Luna out and says they can't side you, you just give it to the lane that Baji is across, and then they have to side you with their Mikey finisher, which blocks one of their attacks essentially. So it's kind of useful there as well. And if they don't know that they can bypass it to side attack, then you could get some free wins off that because if they try to front, they don't get to burn, right? So pretty good card in the format, I would say. It's also really good into Daimachi, right? Which is one of this deck's harder matchups. Because if they try to front with all the increased soul and the cancel burns, you can negate all their stacked up cancel burns, all their Hestias. So that's why I'm playing this. I kind of want this to play more than one, because playing one I don't see it that often, but there wasn't really much space. And this is slightly more niche than the minus soul counter, so I went with a 2-1 ratio here. So that's it for level 2s. Moving on to level 3s then. So your best finisher in the deck, in my opinion, so the Subaru, it's on play heal, and then on attack pay 2 if you have experience. If you have yellow, blue, and red in your clock, you can top check if you see a character or event burn 2. So that's why the Corones runner is useful for checking top deck to guarantee this burn. But it's a really strong finisher for being generic, right? You don't need a climax combo with this or anything. I would play more of this if I have to. Like, I would maybe consider cutting something to play a third one of this, because it's just really nice. Then next, for Fubikis, I played 2 Fubikis. So this is your change target. And like I said, it's really strong into the Quench matchup. They literally can't answer it at all. And it's pretty good versus other matchups like Kanata Marine and whatnot as well. It at least forces them to side, because Kanata can't get over this at all. And then we're playing 2 Lunas. So you have to be careful with standbying out Luna if your opponent is playing a lot of level 0 bombs, but she does dodge the standard anti-change answers that people run. Like, being forced to front her can cause some annoying interactions for opponents at times. So she's situational, but she can come up and be really useful, and she's just a really strong standby body. And then next we're playing 2 of these 2 cases. So the reason I'm playing 2 is because this also doubles as a healer. I tried testing cutting it to 1, but then it kept getting like stuck in stock or level somewhere, and I wouldn't see it. So that's why I stuck with playing 2. But I think you could definitely cut it down to 1 if you don't want to play 2 of these. And then for some utility 1-ups, I play 1 Ayame. This helps you answer annoying stuff like Rusha boards or whatnot, and it's also a generic global 15 power pump, so you can stand by this in, make all your characters bigger. 1 stock wash, because stock wash, and then 1 Watame to answer annoying EP boards like Kanata or Rusha. This helps you get rid of them in those matchups. So that's the level 3 lineup, and then for climaxes, we're playing 4 Miko climax, and then 4 Choku climax. Right, pretty standard. So yeah, I just wanted to share that deck idea. I think it's pretty fun. I think it does work really well into the meta, so definitely give it a try and let me know what you think. And I'll be sharing my WGP deck next week after I finish playing WGP. So look forward to that as well. Peace.